What's up? Yeah, I'm early today. If you guys, like I mentioned in my Discord, just coming on for a little bit of an early one. I'm testing some stuff out and just seeing how it looks. I'll be honest, I don't like this. I'm gonna get rid of that. Oh, I'll get rid of that. We're just gonna have it look like this for a second. It is illusion, 100%. It's a hoax. It's a hoax. Vicky, thank you so much for the subscription with Prime. I appreciate that. Hi, lovely flowers. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. I know we're at a weird time. All right. I'm at home and I gotta test some stuff. Okay. I've been playing around with doing some stuff today, so I'm testing some stuff out. Just having some fun. Uh-oh. I lost something. See? This is when I test out early. So when I can't find something, it's not a panic later. I am kind of panicking right now. No, I'm not panicking. It's just up here. See? No reason to panic. It's just in a different spot. No reason to panic. It's just in a different spot. Judge says Trump administration unlawfully blocked 2 million from Harvard. The judges are constantly saying things that Donald Trump does are unlawful. He just keeps doing them. That doesn't seem to be like much of a like selling point for him, to be completely honest with you. I don't even notice it on. That's wild. It's wild. I don't even notice it over there. Interesting. Sorry, I'm playing around with some stuff. How does it look over on my portrait live on YT? How does it look over there? Does it look okay? No one's in there. It's just empty. Oh shoot, that's the only one that's working over there. I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. Well, not that your shift just started, but I'm happy to hear. You know, the timing was good. Yeah, fix that real quick. Looks fine and dandy. Looks good. All right, dude, we're chilling then. Cool. As you guys will notice, I'm a little bit closer up than normal. But that's because I'm waiting on a new camera to come in, and so I'm running it like this. If you guys are on my horizontal live, or you're on the purple app live side, it's gonna look a lot different. Actually, it's gonna look a whole lot different. Like just worlds different. If you're watching me horizontally, then you're seeing a whole different show. Hello from NASA. I've been in NASA. NASA's a great time. I didn't get a notification that you were live on YouTube. That's weird. I tell you, I confused Dim also because I'm not normally on at this time. All right. I confused them too. Also, no one's saying anything in there. So maybe they didn't get notified either. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. We're going to get this thing started. Welcome in as we get this thing started. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I will... I will still be on later tonight. So... Yeah, Chester, that's what I was trying to show you. That's what I was trying to tell people. This is the reason I'm on early. Okay? This is the reason I'm on early is to test this stuff out. That's the whole reason. So we're gonna do like a little hour and a half. What? So that's not even where I keep all the hats. That's not even where I keep all the hats. That's just where I keep a few of the hats. I got more hats. I got more hats. Thank you, Shay. I was hoping you guys liked it over there. I still got some work to do on it, but hope you guys liked it. Well, everybody, welcome on in. Come on in. We're about to get this thing started. We're about to take some phone calls and get some people in the chat box and all that fun stuff. Guys, I do need 1 second really quick. Sorry about that. I had to... Somebody decided to order groceries on Instacart and then not tell me they were going to be delivered soon, so they got delivered while I was live. That's not a closet. That is my hallway. That would be weird if I just ran to the closet. So I had to go run and grab the stuff. Discord just now said you're live. Well, it lags a little bit sometimes. That's okay. That's okay. But I do live in Florida and it's hot, so I couldn't leave the groceries out there. All right. They would not be very good. What's with the strap thing on the door behind me? That's a great question. I'm telling you guys are, if you guys are watching, like, depending on which live you're watching a whole different show over here. That is so the cats, my girlfriend's cats can get in there, but my dog can't. That's how. That's what that's for. Yeah, I definitely did. I definitely ordered groceries and then didn't like didn't know that I was going to be live. I did that. So you're right. Oh no. Oh no. Well, let's go ahead and get this thing on. I think we're about to get this thing started and moving. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate that. Like I said, we're up here early today. We will still be on normal time. It'd actually be about 7:30 p.m. Central tonight. So we'll still be on for that, but we're gonna do a little early live today. Dude, what is y'all need to get some patience, okay? We just started. All right. Relax, y'all. I will say that Auction does make a good point. I do not understand how there are 163 people watching and 12 likes. That does not make any sense. Y'all should fix that. Y'all should fix that. That would make sense. Yeah, call this like the pregame live. That's a good way to put it. Call it the pregame live. This is the warm-up live for the real live that'll come on later. This is the pre-live for the real live that'll be on later. A lot more fun then. A lot more fun. Yeah, absolutely. All right, y'all. As we're getting this thing going, if you guys do support Trump and you'd like to come and have a conversation, there's a couple ways you can do it. One is by joining the guest request box if you're on that one app that allows you to do that. The other way for everybody else is to call the number that's above my head or next to me, depending again which format you're watching me in. And then I'll pick up, have a conversation with you. And if I enjoy the conversation, then I'll keep the conversation going. And if I don't enjoy the conversation, I'll just end the conversation. It's that simple. Cool? Capiche? All right, cool. That's all I want to know. If you don't like it, that's also cool too. I don't care about that anyway, either. Hello. Hello. All right. Already lost one to Ditech. Was it Ditech? I can't remember. It's something like that. It's something like that. Also, Ditech? Was that it? Why do I feel like I'm messing that up? I don't know. Anyways. Hello? Hello? All right. Well, that was the only chance we are going to have for that one. That's okay. I had a feeling we were going to take a little time to get the first guest up here today, and that's all right. That's fine. I feel like when I come on early, I'm not really, like, it's not really quite my crowd yet. Usually the people that want to talk to me have had like quite a few like Bud Lights prior to coming on. I feel like the 4:00 in the afternoon crowd wasn't going to be as fun, but I figured there'd be a few people out there. Figured there'd be a few people out there. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I think it's funny. It does. Yeah, exactly. The libations help them actually try to defend Trump, which is actually really, really funny. Because like when they try to do it during the day, they actually have to like try to like think about it logically, and then it doesn't work very well for them. But it is funny after the years, just oh, that used to be a lot different. But hey, things change over a while. All right, again, y'all, we're gonna get this thing going and just keep this thing moving. So if you guys support Trump, make sure you guys hit that request to join button, or you guys call on the number that's somewhere around me, depending on there. It just seemed to be loading really slow, so I'm not really sure that I'm on the correct. I'm feeding into the algorithm right now, but that's okay. Like I said, this is the early live. Oh, they'll show. I know they'll show up eventually. It's just whether I'm going to stay on long enough to worry about it. Because again, like I said, this is just the pregame live. Hello, how are you?
Hey, Daddy. Oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It's insane.
You're not a very good sub, to be completely honest with you. You don't listen very well at all. Sub-Zero, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I really appreciate it. Said, love this guy. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Hello, how are you?
Hi. Wow, I'm amazed I got through.
Amazed you got through. No one else is calling yet. We just started.
Right on.
You're the first one.
Well, I just started watching you.
Oh, well, yeah, you're the first
haven't
one.
been watching very long.
This is the
on.
best time to get a hold of me because like later on it will get pretty difficult later on. But that's awesome. So how old are you?
I'm 46.
It's insane.
My name is
Awesome.
Robert,
Awesome.
and I live in Oregon.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
No, but I'm glad he's in office.
Oh God, here we go.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm gonna get my ass kicked by you, but I'm down for it. So bring it on.
Like, which argument is it? Is it the he's causing anarchy, he's tearing down the system? Which ridiculous argument is it?
Well, I just feel like I would have rather had Kamala. I think she's would have been more of the same. I kind of think that the Democratic Party has always just supported their donors, and if she had won, we would have just continued going down the same old path, not having any change. And I think that we need to hit a rock bottom, and Trump is definitely the guy to get us there before we can actually get a real for the people populace to make some changes that we need in this country.
Yeah, but you do understand what rock bottom is, right?
I know it sucks. I hate what he's doing.
No,
I hate
like
the
truly, do you know what rock bottom is?
Yeah.
What is rock bottom?
Rock bottom is what's happening to the immigrants,
No.
rounding people up,
No.
loss of due process,
No.
the economy crashing.
No, see, you're confusing lower, which is what we're at right now, with rock bottom. Okay? What you're
okay.
just describing is things that are happening right now. Okay? There's only two ways that rock bottom hits. Okay? Rock bottom either hits with us all speaking Mandarin or ending the same way that these policies worked when Germany had them, which is in World War III and then us being demolished by other countries. That's the only two ways that rock bottom is going to hit, right? We are nowhere near rock bottom, okay? We were at if our country is 100%, if you just put it on like a huge scale and like say Biden was United States at like 70-75%, right? I'll say like Obama, but like United States under Obama was like at like 90%, 85-90, right? We'll say under like Biden was like 75-70, right? Somewhere in there, right? Trump right now, we're at like 55, right? Like we
give you that. I think you're right. There are degrees to rock bottom for different people, and they're what you think it is, and that's fine. And obviously, I don't want us to get to that point, but the fear of it, the changes that he's implementing, the lack of due process, the breaking of the laws. I mean, we never would have had Gavin Newsom doing what he's doing if Trump wouldn't have been sending National Guard and Army into California.
What do you mean doing what he's doing?
Fighting back.
Why would sir, you're saying, of course he wouldn't be fighting back. There wouldn't be any fascism to fight it back against. I prefer that.
But what would we have instead of him fighting back? Him just doing the same thing that they've always done, which is serving their political donors and not the people.
Serving the people of California?
No, they make promises. I mean, you got to admit the Democratic Party for the last 30, 40 years has promised us so much.
And
then
they've delivered
even when
on
they
a
get
lot
in
of it
power-
too.
Well, no, they haven't. When they get into power,
Of course they have.
and they have, they have the 3 branches, and they have all the ability to implement the things like single payer, paid family leave, and a variety of other things. They never do it. Oh, the parliamentarian said I can't do this, or we want to hold off on this, and we'll just give you a little bit of it. So we've had incremental change, but never anything is substantial.
Yeah, sir, but hold on, but you're assuming that Donald Trump taking this country incredibly further right is going to make the Democrats now when they get in office move completely forget about the rules and do what Donald Trump does, right? And there's no proof or evidence that any of that is going to happen. Okay, actually,
I don't think the Democrats are going to do that.
Hold on.
No, I don't.
I think generally what Democrats are going to do is literally do what exactly the Democrats are probably going to do in this situation, which is if they're going to be electable, they're going to be somewhere towards the middle, which means that not only are they going to stop, are they not going to make these huge jumps forward to the left, they're going to stop the incremental changes to the left, right? And now we're starting from a worse starting point, right? Right now, you're right. You're 100% right. When Obama was president, they should have put in a single payer healthcare for the limited time they had a supermajority. They should have codified
and 1,000 other things.
Hold on. Yeah, they should have codified Roe v. Wade. They should have codified a whole bunch of stuff. Okay?
Right.
But now we don't even have Roe v. Wade to codify. Okay? Because now the Supreme Court has been overturned. Donald Trump has been saying since his first presidency that he's going to get rid of the Affordable Care Act, okay? Which I would say that he probably is still very much on his mind. So now we're further away from single payer healthcare than we were before, right? And would Kamala Harris have maybe just made incremental changes? Sure. Maybe she would have only made incremental changes. Maybe there only would have been some steps forward, okay? And there wouldn't have been every step forward. But those incremental steps forward are a lot easier from a place where we're already working within a democracy, where we're already working from policies that are actually working. Now, if another Democrat gets back in, we got to start by undoing all the shit that Donald Trump did, okay? And then we can work to do anything, and those changes still might be incremental. So therefore, you're only going to get the freaking incremental changes that are worse than if he hadn't been here.
Yeah, I see your point. And I'm not saying that it's great. I think it's horrible. I hate the fact that he's our president. But I will say this, if he wasn't the president now, we wouldn't have people like you out there who are debating these. I mean, yesterday when I was watching you talk to some of these guys, I was biting my tongue, pulling my hair out, and couldn't really understand how you could just sit there and listen to these freaking idiots. And I'm no genius, but oh my God, the people you're talking to who made no sense, had no clear point, and couldn't even come to grips with what you were saying about the facts, right? But you're out there doing your thing. If it wasn't for Trump, you wouldn't be doing that. And
I would rather not be doing this.
Well, I'm glad you are. I think what you're doing is bringing to light to a lot of people out there the facts that if we weren't going through such a decline, they never would have even been interested in. If their lives weren't hurting, then they wouldn't have cared. They would have been happy just in a happy medium.
Sir, people are getting hurt. People are dying.
Yeah, it sucks. I hate it.
Yeah. I would much rather not be doing this because I do this because I'm a humanist, because I care about people, right? Because I want people to be able to live and be free and be happy in their lives, right? If I wasn't doing this, this also means that freaking millions of people weren't losing their health care. It also means that immigrants aren't being sent to freaking Uganda and freaking South Sudan, that people aren't freaking being sent to terrorist prisons, to being all of the horrific things. There have people having their food taken away from them, freaking, all of these things. Like all of these things would not be happening if I wasn't doing this. Like I am a result of negatives. And while I'm glad you're here, like that you're happy that I'm here and I'm and that's fine, everything like that, I would much rather not be here because I didn't have to be.
Yeah, I see that, and that's fine. But even if Kamala was our president, we still wouldn't have single payer health care. We wouldn't have paid family leave. Wages would still have been stagnant. I mean, we'd have some small incremental crumbs sprinkled over us. And the large corporations and the billionaires and the oligarchies would still be collecting everything, buying up all the house markets. Housing would still be out of control. with affordability. I mean, we'd have all those things. People would still be dying because they can't get the right coverage, or they're under coverage, or have no coverage. Those things would still be here. But being in a situation where it's exponentially worse opens people's eyes. And we have a whole generation of people now who are going to look at this and say, what the fuck did we do? How were we ever right wing? I mean, the tide is shifting. And so.
Yeah, and there's going to be a
that's the
whole
only
bunch of
reason
people
why.
that would have just been with normal policies and just normal stuff and been going along with their daily lives, and are now going to be radicalized by Trump, and they're going to create an entire or have already created an entire far right wing radicalization.
Well, that's 30% of our country, anyways. No
Yeah,
matter
but
we
what you're
do-
saying, you're saying that people are, you're pretty much saying that the left would be radicalized, right? But you're not also
I was saying
realizing
you're
that the right is also being radicalized. Okay, it's creating more division, and when we have more division in this country, there is less chance that things get done. And so we, again, Donald Trump's entire presence as president is a negative to us getting to where we want to be. It takes us further away from being where we want to be. It is not helpful for us getting to things like single payer healthcare or having, affordable housing or affordable transportation in this country. It's not getting us closer to any of these things. It's getting us much, 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 much further away. And
I'm looking forward to when he's not going to be office. I think it's going to be great. And hopefully, having gone through this, some people will start to fight more. The people who actually have the power to do that. I've been watching politicians. I'm 46. I've been watching this for a long, long time, and it's never. I mean, Obama came in, and I was so hopeful. Yes, we can, right? All these grand ideas, and no, he fucking didn't. He didn't do a thing. There was like these tiny little crumbs sprinkled over us, and it was just a big letdown. And of course, there's a lot of nuance in that, and a lot of reasons why things didn't get done. And I don't hate the guy. I think he was a good president. I really respect Obama. I think the Obamas are super intelligent people. I mean, probably two of the most intelligent people we've had in the White House, him and his wife, Michelle. But, it was just a letdown. From them.
Man. I know that you believe that it was a letdown, okay, and that's totally fine, okay? Like, yes, there was a lot more that could have happened, but that doesn't mean that it was a letdown. We still, literally, the Obama administration got the entire economy under a recession, and we had an economy that was freaking humming by the time we innovated. We had record high, we had record high job growth. We had record high freaking, every number in our economy was at like a record high, and that was getting it from a president where we were in a housing crash, where we were in a recession, and where our economy had pretty much crashed, okay? So saying that that's an unsuccessful presidency or that's just crumbs is just insane. And then to say that on top of getting something like the Affordable Care Act, which again freaking made sure that millions of people in the United States had healthcare, right? To have our economy go from complete shit to best economy has ever been, okay, plus getting millions of people free, more affordable healthcare is not just crumbs sprinkled on there. That is what you call a successful presidency, okay? And I will add to that too. That's what Biden had to do also. Right, Biden also had to take the economy that was in a recession, that was in shit, and bring it out of something to make it better. Right,
exact thing.
And there was a whole bunch of policy that was, but those aren't failed presidencies, sir. Those aren't just mediocre presidencies. Those aren't presidencies where just there's some good sprinkled across it. Okay, the entire thing from front to back is good. It may not have done everything that you wanted it to do. It didn't do everything I wanted it to do. I actually have some major problems with Obama's foreign policies, and again, the fact that things like Roe v. Wade weren't codified when they had the chance. I have a lot of problems with that, but saying it's a failed presidency because we don't get everything we want it's just not true. It's just not.
It's not about everything I want. It's about what was promised. The campaign, the build up, the hope that he gave people. And look, I'm not here to bash Obama. I think he's great. Joe Biden, for all his faults, was a decent president too. Much better than the alternatives. I would have loved to have had Al Gore in. I mean, how frustrating was that during when he lost quotation marks there. But the same thing happens. The Republicans come in, they wreck the economy, they drive up our deficit, and then the Democrats come in and they do their best to fix it. And the same thing's going to happen after Trump. However, I think that since there's such a fear of losing, significant parts of the Constitution, the illegality that he's been doing, not listening to the Supreme Court, not listening to judges. My alarm's going off, sorry. And everything else he's doing, hopefully will open some people's eyes and get people like the Nancy Pelosi's, the Chuck Schumers, the longtime sluggish, do-nothing politicians that have been in the Democratic Party for decades off their ass and either out of their seat or get them to do something about it. Look,
Yeah,
I'm
well,
sorry, man.
I guess we'll see. But I'm gonna move on to the next caller. I hope you have a good one. All right.
Yeah, thanks for taking my call, man. It's
Yeah.
enjoyed
You
talking.
too. Bye. All right, y'all. Welcome in. We're gonna move on to the next caller. I really appreciate y'all. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that follow button or that subscribe button, depending on which side you're on. And yeah, we'll keep this thing moving. I really appreciate it. If you guys would like support, I do have super chats open. I like to them up on the screen. Angie, have fun at the DMV. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. And Sub-Zero, thank you so much for the super chat on that too. I appreciate you. Hello, how are you?
I'm alright. How are you?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I'm 36.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
I do.
That's a little weird, huh?
It could be.
It could be. It could be, or it is.
I mean, I guess it could be in your opinion.
Right. I mean, in my opinion, it definitely is.
Well, I'm always here to hear your opinion.
Yeah.
Liberals usually struggle with that, though.
With their opinion?
Usually.
I don't know any
Well,
liberal that
with
struggles with having their opinion.
No, I mean with being able to share their opinion without emotion or share their positions.
Well, first of all, I didn't say I would do it without emotion.
I didn't say that you would.
Yeah.
I said it's typical. It's a typical thing.
I do actually have emotions. Do you have emotions, sir?
I do.
All right. Awesome. So how do you feel
why
about
is it
Donald
so-
Trump trying to take over the Smithsonian and try to force them into erasing history that isn't freaking white?
I don't support Trump in some capacity. Doesn't mean I support Trump in all capacities of everything.
Did you
he
vote
does,
for him?
But I mean, I did vote for him.
All right.
Did
Do you
vote for
support him?
Biden? And do I support him wholeheartedly? No. Do I support some of his positions? Of course.
Okay, well, I'm asking you to support his positions that that I don't like, okay? Because if we just talked about the ones that you support, yeah, then we could just say we like every single president because every single president has some type of policies that we're going to support, right? That's not abnormal, right? But it's whether the policies that are good outweigh the policies that are bad. And Donald Trump is trying to erase history in the United States. All right.
So what was
He's
the
trying to erase
alternative
history that he
then?
doesn't like. So what policy is better outweighs that?
I don't calculate it based off of okay, this policy outweighs the other.
You should.
Okay, this can't. Well, I mean, if I could also look at the Biden presidency.
Sure, we can do it with the Biden presidency. That's easy.
I mean, well, sure, yeah. Let's leave billions of dollars of weapons to terrorists.
I'm sorry. Hold on. What was that?
I said, sure, we could leave billions of dollars of weapons to terrorists.
Oh, we do that.
Right?
That didn't happen.
Oh, it didn't happen.
No.
Well, I'm a veteran. How about you?
Yes. Also, that
What
didn't
branch?
happen, sir. I'm not here to compare service. That did not happen.
Oh, okay. It didn't happen. So we didn't leave any military equipment over there when we pulled out.
We absolutely did. Yes.
Okay, so then we did.
No,
So it
we
did
didn't.
You just acknowledged it happened.
No, I acknowledge that we left military equipment over there. I did not acknowledge that we left military equipment over there for terrorists.
Oh,
Those are
you're
two different
hyper-focused
things.
On, you think
Yeah.
I'm not saying the intent. Okay, so who has the weapons? Who took the weapons?
Well, who took them from us?
Yeah, who took
Well, the
possession
Afghan
of their
National Army
property?
took him from us.
All right. Okay. So
Yeah.
there's not videos of ISIS and Black Ops.
Yes, because they took him from them.
Okay. So then
Yeah.
we in fact did leave weapons.
We didn't lose
to
weapons.
terrorists.
We gave
I
weapons
didn't see
to the
lose.
Afghan National Army.
We didn't give them anything. We abandoned them. didn't
No,
say
we
either
literally had been all the equipment that we left there was either disabled, all right, or it was equipment that we said over the all the years that we were in Afghanistan, we had said, hey, here you go, Afghan National Army. When we leave, this is gonna be so you can protect your country.
how are the
Here's
dogs
the
and
equipment.
the
Here's your
firearms
equipment.
disabled?
Here's your equipment. Here's your equipment. Here's your equipment.
That's not what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
And that's not.
I can prove it
typical
if that's helpful for you.
I mean, I'm all ears. Hey,
Well, and you're not all ears because I'm explaining it to you and you're not listening at all.
I've listened to everything you've said. I let you speak. I didn't interrupt you. I've heard every word you've said.
Okay, cool.
I didn't. So how did I not listen?
Well, I'm just you said you're all ears. You're saying that what I'm saying isn't true, and I can prove it. Like I said, It's not hard to
Just because
find.
I'm all ears doesn't mean I have to agree with
Yeah,
you.
but let me be very clear. Whose plan was it on how we pulled out of Afghanistan?
Whose plan was it?
Mhm.
Sure, I already know where you're going to go with this, but it would have been Biden's plan.
Wrong.
No. You wanna
Again,
know
wrong.
why? 'Cause
Who
show me
negotiated the
something.
entire pullout of Afghanistan?
Okay, Trump negotiated the pullout, and who enforced the actual action? Who was like, you know what? I'm not going to use the combat engineers. I'm not going to use anybody to blow up any of this equipment. I'm just going to pull out rapidly.
Well, that didn't
was never
happen.
happened.
Again, there was literally billions of dollars of equipment that was destroyed and blown up before we left Afghanistan. I already stated
and
that.
there were billions of dollars of equipment that were left as well.
So so what you're saying is this is your theory, okay? That we were that this is your theory, okay? That we had all of this equipment downrange, right? And it was all just lined up in a row, okay? And we were blowing up all of this equipment. And at some point, do you think the Biden administration made a call and said, "Hey, stop real quick and blowing up all of this equipment. We need to leave some for the terrorists."
No, I think that's the context of what you're trying to twist with.
No, I'm asking you because I'm telling you that all of the equipment that was actually left there, that was the U.S. Army's, okay, that was actually our equipment, was blown up, disabled in some way, shape, or form, okay, where it could not be used, okay. And you agreed with me on that. You agreed with me that some of it was, but some of it was, was left there for terrorists.
Not some of it, but
So-
$7 billion.
Well, yes, sir. We had a lot more than $7 billion worth of equipment in
Okay,
Afghanistan.
yeah, I just want to clarify. Some is
Yeah,
a
that
subjective
is
term.
still some when you probably have $100 billion worth of equipment in Afghanistan. Yes, $7 billion is
So what's an
some.
acceptable amount that you'd be okay leaving them?
Leaving for the Afghan National Army as much as they can handle. They were going to need it.
No, I mean leaving it for anybody that you knew was going to end up in terrorist hands. However you want.
Again,
to
sir,
justify it,
that wasn't left for terrorists. I don't know how many more times I can say it or with any more clarity. Should I use like different words? Are you confused?
Oh, I hear the words. You just haven't validated any of your words.
All right. Well, how would you like me to validate it? Because the Department of Defense did full reports on this.
I'm looking at the Department of Defense report right now. Which
Okay,
that's
sure. Where can I find the Department of Defense
$7 billion
report where it said that was left for terrorists?
$7 billion. Well, see, you keep hyper focusing that it was left for. I didn't say somebody was like, oh, you know what? Let me leave this for someone. That's not what I said.
Sir. Maybe you're confused.
You don't gotta call me
Maybe you're
sir. I work
confused.
for a
Okay.
living.
Maybe you're confused. Okay. If I give you my lawnmower, okay. If I give you my lawnmower, okay, and then you leave that lawnmower out in the front yard and it gets stolen, who did it get stolen from?
That's your analogy.
Who did it get stolen from, sir?
Whatever answer you would like me to say.
Sir,
I'm happy
it's
to
not
say.
a difficult question. If I give you my
It's a
lawnmower
ridiculous
and
analogy.
you
didn't
leave the
give
lawnmower
anything.
outside
abandoned
and
it.
it
You
gets
didn't leave-
stolen. No.
didn't-
I walked up to your
You
house and
abandoned.
I said, "Hey, here is my lawnmower. You can have it." And you're like,
Mm-hmm.
"That's really, really good because I really, really needed a lawnmower, right? Like my lawnmower freaking sucks." And I'm like, "Yeah, you know what? It's really cool because I've been training you how to use this exact lawnmower because I've been really worried about your grass. And one of these days I'm not going to be able to come over and cut your grass, right? One of these days I'm going to leave. And so I'm leaving now and I'm going to leave you my lawnmower so you can make sure that you freaking can cut your grass." Okay.
So can-
Now,
can-
but
I
you
wanna
take
get
that
educated
lawnmower,
by
but
you.
sir,
Can
but sir,
you-
no.
can you
You're not
educate
asking
me
me any
where you
questions,
found
right?
that?
Sir, you're not asking me
Oh,
any
you don't
questions.
wanna educate me
You're
on
not
where you found that
asking
information?
me any questions right now. So then
I
I
don't.
hand you that lawnmower and I say, "Hey, it's such a good idea that I left this for you so you could cut your grass." And you leave it outside, okay? And somebody comes and steals your lawnmower. Who was that lawnmower stolen from? Was it stolen from me or was it stolen from you?
You want me to answer you?
Yes.
Okay. Where are you relying on this information? That
Sir,
we
no,
gave you?
sir. I'm you again.
Oh.
You're
Oh, you don't
again.
wanna
You're a
answer-
little
you
bit
wanna give me
confused.
hypothetical-
I would like
you
you
wanna
to
give me
answer my
hypothetical
question.
analogies.
Okay.
You want to give me hypothetical?
I'd like you to
analogies
answer
based
my
off of
question.
facts.
It's actually
Your analogy is
it's
irrelevant.
not an
That's not what
analogy
happened.
actually.
So
But
then where-
regardless,
where
answer the
would I
question.
find it?
All right, sir. Well,
would I
you know
find
what, sir? If you don't want to engage in the conversation, then I don't know why you're here. I can
I've
just move on to
engaged
the
in
next person.
conversation, but
Well,
I
no,
don't engage
then,
in
sir,
one
sir, then I
hypothetical
would like to be very, very
analogy.
clear. If I'd like to be very
I mean,
clear,
you can do
either
whatever
you
want.
answer my question
I answered your question.
or the
You just don't like my
conversation is
answer.
over. Who did it get stolen from?
I answered your question.
Well, answer it where I can hear you. Say it with your big boy
My
voice.
answer is, in order for me to answer your question, I would like to know what you're relying on. that
Me
you
or
think that
you?
Me or you what?
Who was it stolen from?
I need more information to answer the question. Where
I gave you the lawnmower. I don't know how I can give you any more information.
Well, I didn't so you didn't hear my question?
I didn't. I was actually very specific that I'm not listening to your question.
Like I said,
all right. So last chance before I move on.
Hey, I don't
Who
take
was it
chances,
stolen from?
buddy. It doesn't matter. When you're ready to answer the question, I'll gladly answer your question.
Okay. Well,
Where
that'll
are you
be never.
relying on
So
that information?
I guess have a wonderful.
Where are you relying on that
Okay.
information from?
Listen to me, sir. I will pull up whatever information you want once you answer the question.
Well, that's what I'm asking you.
Once you answer the question.
The neighbor, whoever you left it for, is who stole your
So
lawnmower.
you
Is that
no.
what you want to
So
hear?
was it stolen from you or stolen from me?
Well, I didn't steal anything.
No shit. That's not what I'm asking you.
Yeah, I answered your question.
No, you didn't.
I did. You don't like the answer.
No, your answer doesn't make sense.
My answer makes perfect sense. Where
Okay,
are you
sir.
relying on the information?
Well,
that
have a
you
good day,
believe
sir.
that
Again, I
left
told you if you couldn't answer the
$15
question
billion?
that I wasn't going to respond
I
to anything
answered
else you
the
said. So
question.
have a good day, all right?
Because you-
All right. Goodness gracious. It's so sad. See, this is what people do. They don't want to answer questions once they realize they're caught. This is what people want to do. They don't want to answer questions when they know they're caught. Yeah. And by the way, if you want to look up where that freaking information is from, literally fucking anywhere. Literally fucking anywhere. You can literally pull it up from anywhere. Okay? Approximately $7 billion of military equipment the U.S. transferred to the Afghan government over the course of 16 years was left behind in Afghanistan. Literally anywhere. You carry a smartphone around in your pocket. Anywhere you want to find it from. All right, not difficult. Anyways, dude, you don't like CNN? Hear about this. I can pull up literally, I don't know. Literally anywhere. Literally CBS, literally NBC, The Independent, USA Today, Fox News. Fox News even reported it. Y'all are sad, dude. It's really, really sad. Engage in the conversation or screw off. Anyways, we're going to move on to the next caller. I really appreciate that. Guys, all you have to do is open up your phones. It's easy. Instead of, all you have to do is that same way that you found me and you're looking at me right now. If you were just type it into any search engine, I don't care which one you want to put it in, regardless. Any search engine and you'll find it. Literally anyone. Hello, how are you?
Good, sir. How you doing today?
Doing great. How old are you?
I'm 37.
Awesome. Do you support Trump?
Partially, I do and don't. But I mean, there's a couple things that you talked about that I would like to just for the last caller. 2 callers ago, you talked about Obama and how you didn't agree with all his policies. Can you hear me?
Yeah. What's up?
I said, so the 2 callers ago, you talked about how you didn't agree with Obama and all of his policies, that you said that he had some bad policies. You thought that there were things that he should have done that he didn't do. Then the last caller, you said that if he doesn't agree with every Trump policy, he can't be a Trump supporter. Or
That's
that
not
you
what I
kind
said
of
at
made
all.
it seem like, well, that's because you said if you don't support Trump's policies, then you're not a Trump supporter, which is kind of
That's
what you were
correct.
equating. Right. So you can't say that though, because you're an Obama supporter, but you didn't agree with.
I never
everything
said I was an
did.
Obama supporter.
Well, you said if you thought you had a great presidency.
I thought he did have a really great presidency. Yeah.
Okay, so if you had a great presidency, then you supported him. That's
No.
what I'm saying. So
Those are two very
you can't
different things.
Equate support. You can't equate support to
Sir,
believing in every policy.
Sir, I think Roosevelt had a really great presidency. I wasn't even alive for it.
But you can. But what I'm saying is, so you supported FDR, but again,
I didn't support FDR. I
policies
wasn't
weren't
born yet. Okay, I didn't
You can
support
still
him.
support- you can still
Okay,
support
I
policies
can
and
look
support
back
person,
at a
right?
presidency and evaluate the policy of that president, regardless of who that president is, regardless
Right.
of what side they're on, and then decide whether they had a successful presidency or not.
100%.
I'm not
100%.
asking you
Okay.
to go look back at, if we want to look back at Donald Trump's first presidency, we can look back at that, right, as a retrospective thing, and I can show you through policy that he had a very unsuccessful presidency. Okay, there is a reason why presidential scholars rated him as a bottom 3 president of all time, every single one, and as a whole community, he was dead last. Okay,
so,
because
again,
as a
we can
retrospect, he was
figure-
doing. So when we're talking about it right now, okay, I am asking you if you're supporting what Donald Trump is doing right now. Okay, and if you're a Trump supporter, you need to support it. And if you're going to come up here and say, "Oh, I like him because of immigration," okay, cool. So you're saying that immigration is okay because even though he's committing human rights violations, you can't just say that. It doesn't work that way.
Okay. So again, I won't go back to the support thing because I feel like you're kind of playing with semantics there, but it's
No,
fine.
you're trying to
We'll
play
leave it
with
at that.
semantics, sir. Hitler had some
I
great
get it.
economic policies. Should we support Hitler?
I would support his great economic policies. You know, it's funny.
No.
because I've
I'm
actually
not
just listened to-
asking you whether you support his great
Hold on.
economic policies or not. I'm asking if you support Hitler.
But again,
Sir, yes,
if there's
sir,
great
yes or no,
policies-
do you?
No, well, no, I don't support it. I don't.
Oh,
support
okay, well, then
his-
that's easy, sir. And why don't you support him?
I don't support those policies. But
No.
again,
Why,
every-
no.
Okay,
Why
hold on,
don't you support Hitler? That is
You're-
my
you're
question for
jumping
you.
on me.
No,
Hold on. You're
yes, I
jumping
am
on-
because you're
let me-
trying to avoid the question. Why don't you
Let me
support
say-
him?
let me say this.
Why don't you support him? Why don't you support
think
him
the
even though he
universal
had good
healthcare-
economic
I grew up-
policies?
okay,
Why not?
You're jumping. You're jumping.
No, I'm saying
I
on
believe-
topic.
I'm-
You're
I'm
trying to
consider
jump.
myself more
Why don't
centrist
you?
than
I
anything.
don't care what you consider yourself. I want to know why you don't support him.
Why I don't support every single thing that a
No,
president
why
does,
don't you
even
support
though-
Hitler?
Because I don't support every single thing he did.
No, because the bad shit that he fucking does outweighs any good shit that he fucking did. Nobody gives a fuck about his fucking economic policies because he literally murdered millions of people. Okay? So
Okay,
nobody
so
gives
can I
a
point this
shit.
out?
So nobody
Hey,
gives
brother.
No, shut
Brother,
up.
brother,
No,
hold
you're
on,
not my
hold on.
brother and
Brother.
you're quiet now.
Brother,
Okay? Nobody gives a shit about freaking Hitler's economic policies because of he killed millions of fucking people. Okay? So when we're talking about Donald Trump is committing human rights violations against people. Okay? He is ripping healthcare from people. He is sending people to prison without due process. He is deporting people into war-torn famine countries. Okay? You don't get to just avoid all of that shit, okay? Because you like a single fucking policy here and there. Okay? You should be against bad people doing bad things. Okay? And I'm not going to let you sit up here and fucking cherry pick one or two good things that you think that he did when he's doing 100 bad things. Sorry, couldn't care less.
so can I talk, or are you just going to keep
No,
talking?
I want to
over
make
me,
sure
man?
you're
You got
very
me?
clear on my stance because you seem to be very confused about it as if I was talking semantics. And I want you to be very clear. Are you clear now?
Okay, I'm clear. You're not
Awesome.
talking semantics. So now let's go into individual things that you brought up. Because again, I think in a good debate, first of all, let me say this, man. And I am calling you brother because I believe that every person, every human being,
You are
is a
not
good
my
person.
brother.
I believe you are my brother.
No, you're not.
What I'll say to you is, again,
You're not even
there
a
are
distant
tons of things-
cousin.
What's that?
You're not even a distant cousin.
See, and as a person who's sitting here and complaining, because that's what you're doing, about Trump's antics and the way he talks, and then to talk to somebody like me who's just trying to
I'm
have
not
a
talking about-
conversation with you. I'm not even
Hold
trying to
on.
fight with you.
What did I
You
say
sound-
about the way that Donald Trump talks?
No, but you're saying that.
What
that
did
you
I
hate
say
everything
about
it.
the
You're
what
saying that
Donald how
everything he
Donald Trump talks?
does- So you think that the way he talks?
No,
is
no,
okay.
no,
Let me ask you.
sir. I asked you a question. What did I say about how Donald
You
Trump
did. You
talks?
did. So now I'm asking you the question back, since you're asking me.
This isn't
what
about
do
how
you
Donald
think
Trump
is the way Donald
talks. If Donald
Yeah.
Trump just talked like an idiot and actually had good policies, then whatever. I can deal with somebody who talks like an idiot.
Oh, okay. All right. So you can deal with somebody who speaks badly and misrepresents what you think America
I wouldn't
is.
like it.
Okay. But that would be something you don't like about a president, something that you would think.
Well,
that
no,
would be a
sir.
negative.
If Donald Trump was coming up there and like feeding the poor and helping the homeless and helping veterans and doing great things for people, making sure that we had like single payer health care, and then he talked like an asshole, I'd be like, man, I don't like the way he talks, but he sure is doing some great stuff. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. See, that's how I would refer to that because I have the ability to compartmentalize the two things. Okay. What you're saying is be like, oh, well, he doesn't talk, so you must not like. No, that's stupid. Donald Trump talks like an idiot, and he does shitty things.
Okay. So first of all, there's a couple things I'd like to pick on individually. If you don't mind, can we go over a couple individual things that I think that
Sure.
are
How about
kind
we
of
go over quite a
misguided?
few individual things? How do you feel about his military occupation of the United States by United States citizens against their will?
Say again?
How do you feel about the occupation of the United States military against its own people, against the people's will?
I don't agree with that. I'll be straight up. I didn't agree with the National Guard being used, but I'll also say this on the flip side of that. There has to be something when law and order are destroyed. There has to be some kind of recourse. And the problem that we have is that right now, because I'll be honest with you, you're going to say January 6th, and I know that's
No, I wasn't. Sir, you're doing a bad job at trying to predict what I'm saying. Don't try.
Why I said that though. People on the right have a tendency to not go out and destroy cities. We don't do that. We don't.
Sir, Donald Trump put it against Washington, D.C. They were at a 30-year low on crime.
Say again?
Washington, D.C. was in a 30-year low on crime.
Yeah, you better look into that too.
I did, very much so. So much so, not
DC.
only can I look it up, I can also just pull up the speech in May from Donald Trump praising Washington, D.C. for how low their crime was.
Do you know that the
So
DC
maybe
the
you should
chief of
maybe
police
so
was
maybe
arrested for
so
stat
maybe
padding?
so maybe you
Did you
should
know
call
that?
up so maybe you should call up Donald Trump
Do you
and
know
ask
that
him.
the
So
DC
maybe,
chief
sir,
of
you should call up
police
Donald
was
Trump and
arrested
ask
for
him.
stat padding
Sir,
his own
maybe you should call up Donald
statistics.
Trump and tell him to go
Do
look
you
up his
know that
stats
the
on
chief of
DC
police-
because he
Do you
said
know
that
the
well
chief of
before
police
I
for
did, sir.
DC was arrested for stat padding. He basically was making up stats. You know that, right? The DC, the chief of police,
Was arrested.
was arrested.
Yeah,
was
when was
arrested.
that?
Yep, and was charged
When was
with
that?
stat padding his stats.
And convicted?
So what you're saying is if somebody wasn't convicted of a crime, they didn't do it.
No, I'm not. I just asked the question.
Ah, okay. All right. See, and again, this is where you're playing semantics.
No, I asked you a question. Was he convicted and when?
You're playing semantics. You're playing semantics.
Sir, when
So it didn't
was
happen,
he
is what you're
arrested and was he convicted? These are two very simple questions. You're the one
He
bringing
was
up the
arrested and
person.
convicted. Yes, he was arrested and convicted. Yes,
When was he arrested?
he was arrested. I'm sorry, he was arrested and charged.
When was he arrested and charged?
I don't have the dates on me. I don't have
This year, last year, 10 years ago, 20 years ago?
It was like a year ago.
It was like a year ago, so you have no clue.
Because I'm saying
Because
I
you
don't
don't
know
have
the exact
you don't have a singular clue.
But hold on, if you're going to sit there and say that statistically Washington, D.C. is safer, but we know that the statistics are not true because the chief of police was arrested for making up statistics. Now you're just throwing out random crazy stuff that doesn't make any sense.
Cool. Yeah, all that took was a simple Google search and that didn't happen.
I mean, you look it up. Again, I'm not.
Oh no, I did look it up. It's a bold-faced fucking lie. Yeah. As of September 2025, no reports indicate that Chief of Police of the District of Columbia, Pamela A. Smith, has been arrested for stat padding. However, allegations of statistical misconduct have been made against her and other members of the Metropolitan Police, which have led to investigation. If you actually go down into the article, it shows some spots where it said that someone was suspended just a couple months ago after Donald Trump, accused them. Under investigation, that was a thing. DC police accused. Congress investigating, never arrested, not charged with a single crime.
Oh, so it wasn't him, but it was the rest of the police.
No, sir, not arrested, not
What you basically
charged
just said was
with
that
a
there were other people who
single
were doing
crime. So you're a liar.
I am right. I know I'm right because I said.
No, I said
know
so.
that
You're
this
a
is the thing.
liar.
No, it's the truth.
All right, sir. Well, I just showed about 20 different fucking articles to everyone here, okay, on how you're a bold-faced liar, okay? So please show me one that says otherwise.
I mean, you literally just read a thing saying that people were getting suspended and being investigated for this.
Sir, you said you went as far as saying convicted, but you said arrested and charged. Neither of those things have happened.
Yes. and he was arrested and charged. You don't have to be convicted. You're arrested and charged with something without actually
Not arrested
being,
and
like,
charged.
convicted of it.
Not arrested and charged. As of September 2025, no reports indicate that the chief of police of the District of Columbia has been arrested for stat padding. Has not been arrested.
Okay. So
You know,
again,
you
so
can't
again,
be
they're still
charged
investigating
unless
it. There's
you're
still
arrested.
Something going on, but so it wasn't the chief of police. Bear with me. Again, there is still some impropriety going on there.
No,
You have to
there
admit
is
that.
people
They're
saying that there's some.
investigating. There's
All right, awesome.
impropriety.
Can you show me one piece of proof that it's happened?
Oh man, that's okay. So again, I don't agree with using the National Guard. I think it's a bad thing.
No.
But-
Can you
but
show
again-
me one
but again-
singular piece of proof of it happening?
No, I don't.
All right, gotcha. So you came up here. You told me that that crime was through the roof. I told you it was at a 30-year low. You said that they were stat padding because the chief of police was arrested and charged with stat padding, which is 100% not true and unequivocally not true.
Right.
Okay.
So that's the department. being
So you were
investigated
just
for, though.
making
Can we
up
agree with
things
that?
to make
Hold
it sound
on, hold
like it. So
on.
now
Hold
you
on.
want
If you're
the
gonna call me a liar, though, can you at least admit that the rest of the department is being investigated for that?
Sir, I don't care. Sir,
Okay,
you're just
cool.
saying that
All right, cool. All right. So
you want to just
so in
go
other
off
words,
of
we
you
can't
want to
trust
just
the
go
statistics.
off of fucking being investigated, because if we're going off of
So in
being
other words, we
investigated,
can't trust those
sir, if
statistics.
we're going
We
off of
can't
being
trust those
investigated, then I have to ask you on why Donald Trump was at somebody's fucking island that may or may not have killed himself, because he's been being investigated for that.
So let me ask you the question on that. Let's talk about that.
No,
for a
no,
second.
sir.
So
No,
if he
no,
was
sir.
on-
We're
if
not.
he
No,
was on-
no. We're
I'm
not.
gonna-
No,
we're
no.
gonna
We're not
talk
talking about
stuff.
shit. We're not talking about shit.
We are.
Please explain to me
Because
why
he-
you just support him, because obviously he was there and obviously he did it, because you're saying that an investigation means that he did it. So obviously he was there and obviously he did it because he was investigated, correct?
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's, again, you're taking something completely. You're
Oh,
taking
gotcha.
context
So
and
when it's
just-
Donald
and
Trump that's
changed
being
it.
investigated, when Donald Trump's been investigated for something, it doesn't mean anything. But if the
When
DC
Biden
police,
was investigated, then Biden was
Yeah.
a bad man because he was
yeah,
investigated.
but apparently if DC police is getting investigated for something, they did it 100%, no questions asked.
What I'm saying is you can't trust. I'm not even saying that it happened. We don't even know if it happened. I'll agree with you on that. But you can't trust statistics that are saying that it happened when you don't know if those statistics are good. You can't use that. You can't use that as a basis
Yes, I
of
can.
your argument. How can you?
Yes, I can.
Why?
Stats 30. You think I can't use 50 years of stat data because someone on Twitter said that somebody was that they might be wrong?
No. It's not somebody on Twitter. It's an investigation, a congressional investigation. And you're talking about you
congressional.
said it yourself.
Do you know how many
said
things
it
Congress
yourself.
investigates?
There is an investigation.
Do you know how many things
going
Congress
on.
investigates, dude?
Oh, okay. So again, we're just throwing out. What I'm saying is statistically, you can't sit there and look
Gotcha.
at things
So,
like that.
so what you're saying is
You can't.
what you're saying is Donald Trump colluded with Russia.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. You're
Because
right.
Congress investigated it. So
Because
therefore,
again, you're
therefore,
you're
if
taking one
Congress,
thing-
therefore, if Congress investigates it, then it must be true.
My man, I don't know what to tell you, because again, you're conflating things, two different things that are your causation and causation and I can't think of what I'm thinking of. Causation and correlation. You're correlating and causation you're correlating one thing and causing it. You're not putting things together, my man. You're literally looking at two separate things. What I'm saying. What I'm saying is, if there's an investigation of those
That was
statistics,
fucking painful.
if there's an investigation of those statistics, let's just say that there is, right? Can you trust those statistics
Yes.
to be correct? Why?
Oh, that's easy. Because again, Donald Trump said that the crime was down in DC. There wasn't an investigation by the Republicans until after Donald Trump changed his mind. So if Donald Trump has his people do an investigation on something that he's saying, then I don't give a fuck about the investigation.
Okay. So
I don't
now,
give a
let me
fuck.
follow that up.
Okay?
Hold on. Let me
Don't
follow
give
it
a
up.
flying
You're
fuck.
getting upset again.
Okay?
You're getting
Sir,
upset
I'm
again.
not upset. I'm sorry that you are
You're
so
you
stupid.
You're cussing
Okay.
and yelling at me. I'm trying to talk
Oh,
to
you
you,
think
and
because
you're
I'm cussing and yelling that I'm upset at you?
Yeah.
Sir, if I was
You
upset
are.
at you, I would just hang up the phone.
Because your normal voice, you can tell the difference between you yelling and screaming. This is getting into crazy land.
Fuck,
Look,
go fuck yourself.
My
Go
man.
fuck, go
My man.
fuck yourself. You're an idiot.
Let's talk about
You're
it.
an idiot.
So if you're
really,
given
is that
some
the
information-
causation or correlation part?
If you're given a
Hold
piece
on.
of information,
Is that the causation or the correlation part? I forgot.
I'm explaining to you. If you're given a piece
What's
of information,
causation versus correlation, by the way?
do you want me to explain what causation and correlation is?
Yes, I would love for you to explain to me what causation
Okay.
versus correlation is.
Okay, causation is the idea that there's more people buy ice cream more in the summer, and more murders occur in the summer. So by people buying ice cream causes murders. That's causation. It's just two things that happen to coincide together. Correlation is literally like, again, it's something that literally creates a direct line. So let's say if we have more guns, we have more gun deaths. That is a direct line because you're going to have gun deaths with guns. It's literally a straight line. You can draw a straight line to it and say, yeah, you're going to have more gun deaths because you have guns in the country. Causation is saying because you buy ice cream in the summer and more crimes occur in the summer, that ice cream causes crime.
It's insane.
Causation, correlation. Hello?
Hi.
You just stopped talking. Are you looking it up or are you checking on it? I'm not sure. I was watching your show earlier, but I'm not watching now because I'm on my phone. So I don't know if you're checking me or
No,
fact checking me.
you nailed it so well. I'm just in awe on how well you did on that.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm starstruck.
I mean, I don't know if you're being smart.
I've truly never, and I think what I'm amazed by, okay?
Go ahead.
What I'm truly amazed by, okay, is I've heard like the example that you used, right? Like, and I've heard that the ice cream, like, you know, thing, and I've just never heard someone fuck it up that bad.
How so?
Like I've never heard somebody fuck up that example, because like that's like the beginner, like that's like how to explain causation versus a causation versus a correlation. How to explain a causation versus correlation fallacy for dummies, right? Like for like the most like basic
you
level.
Asked for the most simple example.
No,
so
I did not.
Simple example.
I did not. I didn't even ask for.
Can you explain it to me?
I didn't even ask for a example.
You said.
Okay.
Can you
no,
explain
hold on, sir.
correlation
I
to me?
think you've
So
said
gave you
enough. I think
example.
you've said enough. Okay.
That's how simple.
I think you've said enough. I think you've said enough.
Answer,
Okay.
that's the simple way of doing it.
Okay, sir. I have no doubt that you're
Would
simple.
you agree?
Okay.
That's the most simple, dumbed down way of explaining
No,
causation.
if you were to say it anywhere close to right, it would be. But you fucked that up to I don't even know what you said. Okay, you fucked that up so bad. I didn't know it was possible to fuck that up. Okay.
Man, I'll tell you what, you're condescending, my brother.
Okay.
I don't know what to tell you, dude. You're a condescending dude. I tried to do it as simple as I could. I just don't know what to tell you, man. Honestly,
well, I'm gonna go ahead and explain to
mind.
anybody who's never heard like the simple like sharks argument, okay, like or the ice cream argument, or there's a different ways, a million different ways to put it. What he was trying to say, okay, and failed just ridiculously, is a causation versus a correlation fallacy, okay? And the example of that would be that as ice cream sales go up, shark attacks go up, okay? Now, does selling ice cream or buying ice cream cause shark attacks? No, there's no causation. There's just a correlation between the two. The causation actually has nothing to do with that. The causation is on heat. There's more people, when it gets hot, more people buy ice cream, and when it gets hot, more people are going for a swim in the water, so therefore more shark attacks happen in that water. Okay, but one does not cause the other. Okay, they're just two things that are correlated between at the same time. Okay, that's the easiest way to describe it. I don't know what you said. Okay, I wish I could try to.
It was the basic premise of what you're saying. I probably didn't explain it as well as I could have, but
you said nothing
basic premise.
close to what I just said. Okay,
It was literally the basic
it's whether
premise of
one
what you
thing
just said.
causes another. Okay, and that's the basis to it. I said nothing of that sort. Okay, I didn't even say anything that was close. Okay, to what could have been a causation versus correlation fallacy. Okay, I was making hypotheticals and examples based off of the information that you were giving me and creating another scenario in which you could better understand it. I.e., you said that I can't trust the facts coming from the DC Police Department because they're under investigation. Okay. And I made an example saying that Donald Trump was under investigation for Russian collusion. And since he was under investigation for Russian collusion, we can't trust him as president, right? Because he was under investigation. Okay. Which you immediately said I was switching the subject. No, you just could not understand, okay, that they are both examples of congressional investigations. All right.
Sure.
They are both examples of congressional investigations. And you, on one hand, want to take it as if the investigation means that everything happened perfectly. Okay, that the investigation, like, oh, the Congress was investigating this, it means absolutely nothing. But on this other hand, if Congress is investigating this, then it means everything. Okay? Which is why I don't give a flying fuck what Congress is investigating. Okay? Which is why I asked you to provide me with proof. Okay? I had asked you to provide me with proof that something is happening. Okay? Which you provided none. Okay? Because a investigation, guess what? For 2.5 years, they investigated Biden for something to do with I don't know, just whatever they could find for him, and didn't provide a singular piece of evidence. Okay? Not a singular piece of evidence to prove anything that he did. It resulted in absolutely no criminal charges for Joe Biden whatsoever, and the only thing it produced was a weapons charge, which had nothing to do with the entire investigation on Hunter Biden. Had nothing to do with anything else. Okay? But they investigated him for 2 years, and it provided no proof and no evidence. Okay? So this investigation that the Congress is doing into the DC police could also result in zero proof, zero evidence, zero anything. So therefore, it means nothing to me. Okay?
Okay.
Nothing at all.
So
but let's be very, very clear that even
Can I talk?
No,
Can I
I'm
talk?
still talking.
Okay.
Awesome. But even if it was, okay, even if the stat padding thing was somehow freaking true, okay, it still does not in any way justify what Donald Trump is doing, because what Donald Trump is doing doesn't fix that issue. It helps nothing. All right.
100% agree. 100% agree.
So it doesn't even matter. This is exactly what Donald Trump does to try to justify the actions that he does. There's always that somebody, there's always some fact or something that was wrong, or somebody that's lying, or some freaking, some deep state person or some conspiracy or something that someone's always against him. And he always makes up the same excuses. He's not even original when he does it. He makes up the same excuses, okay, for why he has to do this or why he has to do that or blah, 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 blah. And to be completely honest with you, it just gets kind of boring for me after a while to have to sit here and listen to him freaking just, make up these ridiculous things. But anyways, regardless of any of that, I'm done talking to you because I have to get off the phone. So have a good one. Anyways, yeah, I just didn't want to talk to me more. Sorry, I have to look at this real quick. This is, like I said, this was just a preview live early in the day. So I got to throw this out there. Heathen, thank you so much for the $50 super chat. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Oh, that does look kind of funny. Sorry, I was really just testing it out because I was trying to see how my, how the portrait live looked. I know that the horizontal live looks so much better, but no one's over in the horizontal live, so I don't know. We'll see. I'm just trying to decide how I want to play it for the evening. But anyways, I'll be back on around like 7:30 tonight. Something like that. I do say Mystic, thank you so much for the gifted. I really appreciate that also. Thank you so much. But yeah, I'll be on around like around 7:30 tonight Central, 7:30 tonight Central for my normally scheduled live. I'm not really sure about what's going on here with my with this live, but we'll see. I'll test it out again tonight. Does it look okay to everybody? I know I kind of looked at it on both sides. I think it looks okay. Does it look all right for everybody? Yeah, I'm aware that the portrait live is cropped. That's what I was worried about. It's more cropped than it is normally. TikTok says it looks fine. I figured that was the case. The horizontal live looks great on both sides. Yeah, it looks good really on the horizontal, but the one on the portrait live, it's just a little shorter. I'm a little closer. It's a little cut on the bottom. But I can't do anything about that. If I don't do that, then it's gonna screw up everything. It's gonna get fixed on Saturday. Well, if I stream on Saturday, but I think we'll see. I definitely didn't get the numbers that I normally got on my portrait live for YouTube. I really barely. I was sitting at like 600, and usually I'm well over 1,000. So, but I'm also going to say that it's a possibility that that's because I'm on early. So I'm gonna chop it up to that. We'll try it one more time tonight. We'll see how my numbers look. If it looks like crap, then we'll adjust from there and go from there. But I appreciate you guys being here for my little tester live. I get to go play tennis with my kid. So I'll be on after that. All right. I love y'all. Hope y'all have a wonderful night. All right. Bye. See you guys later. All right. See you guys later tonight. Shannon, yes, you can keep the same bingo card. You can